Hey guys, so are you looking to grow your business and balance your family life? Well, I want to tell you a story. So I have 7 children. My oldest daughter's name is Breann. I started selling real estate in 1986. She was born in 1988. When she was about 2 years old, I had an epiphany. I realized that I was not spending the time with her that I should be as a father. And I made a dramatic change in my business. I took Fridays off and I didn't work weekends. So I started selling real estate Monday through Thursday, 4 days a week. I built up a business where I sold over 4,000 homes, average closing 150 houses per year. And by the end of my full-time real estate career, I was averaging 18 listings a month. Okay, I'm not exaggerating anything. As I'm looking at you right now at you, I'm telling you the truth. That's the way that I did it. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. But I want to tell you more about Breann, because Breann is quite an interesting story. So as she grew up, we spent lots and lots of time together. And when she was about 15, she started working in my real estate office with me in the summers. That's how she made extra money. And this was back before there were these auto dialers and other programs like that. And so what she would do is what we called a call hammer. Okay, so I would have a cross-reference directory sheet, names and phone numbers, and she would have one too. And she had a desk in my office and she had her headset on and her phone was muted. Okay, and so I was calling people off the cross-reference directory and she was calling people off the cross-reference directory. And every time someone would answer the phone, she'd hang up and she would make a mark by their name. And once she found 5 people at home, she would hand me her sheet and I would hand her mine. And then I would call the 5 people that she found at home. So by doing this, I was able to always get somebody to answer the phone. So my contacts per hour were through the roof. Well, at the same time, she was listening to me with what I said, how I handled myself. So she was learning, kind of by default. Well, all of my kids have gone through private Christian school. And of course, she's the oldest. And so when she turned 18, she was still in the middle of her senior year of high school. And she got her real estate license on her 18th birthday, right at the very end of September. Well, the whole calendar year from end of September to following year end of August, she sold and closed 68 houses. 68. While she was in high school for half of that time period. How did she do it? Well, first of all, she had a father who at that time was a professional real estate coach. And I coached her for the first year. Plus, her summer jobs, her being exposed to what I was doing, she was learning. Now, I didn't push her into real estate. Okay, that was all her choice, by the way. I didn't push her into real estate. She just saw what I did and liked it. So what she would do is she would immediately come to the office when school let out. And she would start prospecting around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and she would prospect until 9 o'clock at night every single day. Okay, now do the math. 4 to 9, that's 5 hours a night. And she was just doing the same kind of calling that she saw Dad doing. Well, listen, she didn't take her first listing until the 1st of January. So it's October, November, December, no listing, no sale. How many of you could last that long? Could prospect that much, could work that hard with that kind of dedication for that long? But she did, and I was so proud of her. I'm so proud of her to this day for what she did. So she took her first listing in January, but the momentum caught up. Just imagine, it's like that little snowflake at the top of the hill that starts rolling down the hill and rolling down the hill and rolling down the hill and turns into a huge snowball. Well, that's what happened with her. So again, I'm working with her the whole time, but she has a lot of self-discipline, as you can imagine, a lot of self-discipline. So she wound up closing by the end of August of the following year, closing 68 houses. So I got to tell you a funny story. So again, she's 18 years old, and I got a call from the Daily Oklahoman, which is our local newspaper. I got a call, and they said, hey, we want to interview your daughter. We heard what she's done, and it's just amazing, and we would like to feature her on the front page of the newspaper. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I mean, you know how much money you'd have to pay for an ad to be on the front page of the newspaper? So I called her up and said, I called her Bubba. She's going to be mad when I tell you this, but I called her Bubba. That's her nickname to this day. I said, hey, Bubba, the Daily Oklahoman wants to interview you and feature you on the Daily Oklahoman. And she said, no, I don't want to do it. I said, what? What do you mean you don't want to do it? Do you know how much you have to pay for this advertising? Why don't you want to do it? Well, I don't want people to know how old I am. Because I think if they knew how old I was, they wouldn't do business with me. Because see, she's 5'10". She always, Dad taught her, dress professional, look the part, which she did. And she's beautiful, by the way. If you met her, we'll probably have some pictures on this video that we'll show you. She could have been a supermodel if she wanted to be. That helps, okay? But she got into real estate. So she finally, I convinced her, twisted her arm, and she finally agreed to do that interview. And I still have that newspaper article framed on the wall of my office where it talks about, and get this, guys, it talks about how she was in the bathroom stall at the private Christian school that you were not supposed to have your cell phones. She was in the bathroom stalls negotiating contracts. Now, by the time they learned about it, she'd long graduated. She had her diploma. No refunds on that diploma, guys. Well, Breann went on to develop an incredible real estate career. On her best year, she sold and closed over 200 houses. Over 200. With just minimal support staff and one, maybe two buyer's agents to help her with showing buyers. She's just highly, highly efficient. She's now running a real estate team, just like I'm doing. She runs one of my branch offices. She's got her broker's license. She still lists and sells a few houses here, but she runs a team. And they now have three girls, with one on the way. Okay, so she'll have 4 children by the end of this year. But when you look at this story of what she accomplished, and I'm going to say not just what she accomplished, but what we accomplished as a family. Because just as I taught her, she taught me. Because as the other children came along, I was a dad. I was a very involved dad. I have a great relationship with all 7 of my children. I've been married to my wife. It'll be 40 years next February. And when you count the production of my real estate team, I've sold and closed over 6,000 houses over my career, while for the last almost 30 years, I've been a professional real estate coach as well. Now, I know you may be questioning if that's the truth. Can somebody really do that? I promise you, I'm not lying to you. That is what I did. That's what I do. I still run a team to this day. See, with all the experience I've had of coaching literally thousands of real estate agents, I've learned that most agents are lazy. Most agents are very inefficient. Most agents don't really think about where to spend their time, how to spend their time, what skills they need to work on. Because listen, the better your skills are, the fewer people you have to talk to take a listing and make a sale. These are all things that I still teach to this day. So listen, as you're watching this, if this story, and thank you for staying and watching this, because it's all true. If this story resonates with you, if you think that you would like to create that, maybe your life is out of balance right now. Maybe you feel like that you can't be a top producing agent and a great wife or husband or father or mother. Trust me, you can. I'm nothing special. If I can do it, you can do it. I coach real estate agents to this day. If you were interested in learning how I did this, if you are interested in a mentor that can guide you, I would love to talk with you. I'm going to give you my phone number. I'm going to give you my email address right now. Okay. I want you to reach out and give me a call. That doesn't mean you have to, it's not, there's no obligation. You don't have to hire me if it's not what you want to do. If you just want to ask some questions, I'll talk to you. 405-210-6886. Again, 405-210-6886. That's my personal cell phone number. Call me, text me, or if you'd rather email Gordon, Gordon, there's 2 O's, Gordon, at watsonpowers.com. Shoot me an email. Either way, I want you to subscribe to my channel. And listen, if you know of other people who could benefit from this, please share this information. Forward it on, share it. I want to help people just like you create an incredible life and still have a great relationship with your wife, your husband, your children, your family, and be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. It is possible, guys, and I'm here to help you. So if there's anything I can do, reach out, subscribe to my channel, share this information with anybody you think could benefit from it, and reach out to me. I'm here for you, and I would love to meet you and do anything I could to help you. I hope you enjoyed this story of Breann, and we're going to post a few pictures of her on this as well, and have a wonderful day.